Good evening and welcome to Sports Night in Auburn. I'm Brendan McLaughlin.
And I'm Mackenzie Collins. We have a packed show with recaps and scores on so many Auburn sports, starting with basketball. Last Saturday, the Tigers traveled up to Kentucky to play the Wildcats in Rupp Arena. They were looking to make history as Auburn has not won in Rupp Arena since 1988, but they fell short, losing to the Wildcats 82-80. Despite Auburn leading 36-30 at half, Kentucky came out of the locker room ready to put on a show, and they did. The Wildcats dropped 52 points in the second half, and Auburn just could not keep up. The game went down to the wire, and the teams were tied at 77 with under a minute to go after Alan Flanagan had a fast break down the court to score. Kentucky quickly answered with a huge three, making the score 80-77, and they led the remaining minute of the game. Despite J.T. Thor and Alan Flanagan combining for 47 points for the Auburn Tigers, the Kentucky Wildcats made fewer mistakes and secured the win.
Thor was the star of the afternoon, scoring 24 points, shooting 8 for 11 from the field with 9 rebounds and 2 blocks. Flanagan was right behind him with 23 points as he went 8 for 13 from the field. Turnovers hurt the Tigers as they turned the ball over 17 times, resulting in 24 points for Kentucky. The Wildcats bench played a key role in the win as bench players scored 20 points compared to Auburn's 8. Head coach Bruce Pearl said it was a disappointing loss, especially since the first half was so strong for the Tigers. Pearl mentioned how, like multiple games this season, his team comes out for the second half tired and drained, and how that will not win you games.
Disappointing loss. Played really hard and really well in the first half. Great effort and energy to hold Kentucky to 30 points. Like several games this year, start of the second half, we come out with no effort and energy and give them confidence, get them back in the game. If you look at how we played at the end of the game, down, we played like our hair was on fire. That's how our teams play best. This young team has not learned that lesson yet, and the season is almost over. So very disappointed. You can't give up 52 points in a half and expect to win a basketball game, let alone making history. Kentucky made shots. They shot 53%. They went to the foul line 17 times in the second half, and they outplayed us. And as a result, they get the victory. Wasn't very good in the second half. That's on us. Too many open shots. Yes, Kentucky has shot the 3 ball better. BJ Boston is playing like he was supposed to play early in the season. I'm happy for BJ. We recruited him. We like him. And, when Kentucky makes 11 threes, they're hard to beat. So I don't think there was much that they did that surprised us. They hurt us a little bit in the high-low ball. We probably got beat a little bit at the center position. I had given Dylan a lot of credit last time we played, and I knew they were going to come after him. We were still +6 with Dylan Caldwell on the floor. And Dylan Caldwell was going to be a great player, I'm telling you. But he got 5 fouls in 10 minutes.
Freshman J.T. Thor also spoke after the loss, and despite the loss, Thor had a breakout game and credits that to getting comfortable. He also discussed the lack of energy in the second half and how that is a problem they need to address and fix.
I think just trying to let the game come to me, just trying to not put pressure on myself to make plays. Just let the game come to me. If you're open, you shoot it. Don't care about the makes or misses. I feel like in the beginning of the game we're playing good defense. We played tight defense, but the start of the second half we got sloppy. I feel like it's been a problem, not a problem, but it's been something that we need to get tight on in the last couple of games. Starting the second half stronger, and I feel like we need to do that better. Transitions when Reef would drive the transitions, they're all focused on him. So I would shot like ball, and. I'll say I'll get him downhill. He's going to the rack. He's going to get a bucket. Big, strong body. And I was just clicking today. My shots were going in, so.
An Auburn-Mississippi State matchup won't be happening this week, as the SEC has postponed the game that was previously rescheduled for Thursday. The matchup has been indefinitely postponed due to icy weather that is moving through the area this week. A makeup date for the matchup has not yet been set. The Tigers will return to action this Saturday where they will take on LSU in Baton Rouge at 3 p.m. Coverage for that game can be found on ESPNU and Auburn Sports Network.
The Auburn women's basketball team is still looking for their first conference win of the season after a string of three-pointers lifted the Alabama Crimson Tide past the Tigers Sunday in Auburn Arena. The Tide won 92-78. Alabama sunk 15 three-point Sunday, and the team started 8 from 11 from behind the arc. Auburn was scoreless for the first 5 minutes of the game as Alabama racked up an early double-digit lead. Leading the pack for Bama was Jasmine Walker, who set a career high and tied the SEC high of the season with the whopping 41 points. On Auburn's side of the ball, Honesty Scott Grayson led the way with 25 points and kept the game close. The game seemed to slip away from the Tigers when Scott Grayson fouled out late in the third quarter. Tigers head coach Williams Florney knew the foul trouble for Scott Grayson would hurt. She said, "You take her out, you take out our scoring." Despite a slow start for Unique Thompson, she gained momentum later, scoring 20 points in the second half. The Tide kept Thompson under wraps as she only had 6 rebounds compared to her average of 13.4. The Tigers' upcoming matchup has also been postponed due to icy weather conditions in the Starkville area this week. A makeup date has not been set yet. The matchup is one of 7 that has been postponed this week due to icy conditions. When we come back, we'll take a look at what happened in Auburn sports over the weekend. Keep it right here. You're watching Sports Night in Auburn.
Auburn Softball began their season this weekend, and they gave fans a show. The 2 freshman pitchers debuted their skills as Auburn swept Southeastern Missouri State at James B. Moore Field this weekend. Auburn defeated SEMO 8-0, 5-1, and 3-1. The Tigers started the series off strong on Saturday. Freshman Maddie Penta threw a no-hitter, racking up the 26th no-hitter in program history. Penta struck out 7 in her 5 innings of work. The game ended after 5 innings because of the run rule, as the Tigers were winning 8-0. Penta commented on the no-hitter, saying, "For a long, long time, ever since I was a little girl, I've been waiting to have this opportunity. I've been working for it. To be able to step out on this field and be with this amazing coaching staff is all I could hope for. It was amazing." On the offensive side of the ball, freshman Kelsey Schmidt and junior Aspen Godwin hit home runs to lift the Tigers to victory. In Game 2 on Saturday, there was a pitching duel for the first 4 innings until Auburn broke through to take the lead. They started the inning with 3 straight singles from Godwin, Michaela Packer, and McKenna Dowell to take the 1-0 lead. SEMO answered quickly and tied the game 1-1, but back-to-back hits from Godwin and Packer helped Auburn get the 4-1 win.
On Sunday, the Tigers looked to sweep SEMO, and that's exactly what they did. Pinto was back on the mound and allowed just 2 hits and a walk. The Tigers had a 3-run second inning, which was enough to keep the lead and sweep SEMO. Pinta's strong debut performance earned her SEC honors as she was named co-SEC Freshman of the Week. She shares the honor with Sydney Chambly from Georgia. Pinta posted a 0 earned run average as she allowed just 1 unearned run in 12 innings of work. She held opponents to a .051 batting average and struck out a team-high 13. All 4 SEMO's base runners reached via walks. Head coach Mickey Dean spoke after the series, saying he's proud of the team for getting a sweep on opening weekend, especially since Game 3 is always the hardest to win. He also talked about the team's errors and wants them to play cleaner.
It's like any other 3-game series. The third one's always the toughest. That's always the dogfight, especially when you win the first 2. That third one becomes the toughest one. As good as our defense was yesterday, we had a so-so showing today. I think we ended up, I know the stat sheet says 3, but it looks like we actually had 4 errors. And, we need to play cleaner than that. I thought the thing I was most proud of with Maddie was she throws a no-hitter yesterday. She comes out today and gives up a hit early in the game, like the 3rd inning or something like that, and is still able to maintain her focus. And to see that out of a freshman is very pleasing. Well, we talked, I don't know who I talked to earlier about it, but, you can have all the hits in the world, but it really comes down to timely hitting. That's how you win ball games. and we put ourselves in a good position that inning, and we were able to put some people in motion, and we got some timely hits, and we ended up putting a crooked number up on the board, and it ended up standing up.
Shortstop McKenna Dowell also spoke, saying she is happy to be back in the groove of things and back with her team.
Yeah, yes, sir. I've been struggling a little bit recently at the plate, and I've been trying to change too many things, my stance, the way I hold the bat. So today I just went back to my usual ways, stayed calm, and it worked out for me. Yeah, this was an awesome, it's been 11 months since we've last played together. So it was really awesome to just come out here, win as a team, completely dominant, hitting, defense, pitching was awesome. So it was just really awesome for all of us.
Auburn will travel to Jacksonville, Florida for the Osprey Dolphin Invitational next weekend to face North Florida, Jacksonville University, and South Carolina. The tournament will be split between Friday and Saturday.
The number 1 ranked Auburn equestrian team took on the number 5 Texas A&M Aggies on Saturday and put together a 14-6 road win. The win extends Auburn to 4-0 overall and in SEC play, and extended their winning streak to 38 straight meets. The Tigers racked up MOP honors in all events, with senior Deanna Green receiving the award in both horsemanship and reining. Senior Taylor St. Jacques was named MOP for fences, and junior Michaela Langmeyer earned the honor in flat. Head coach Greg Williams said, "This team has been staying together and working hard. This win was big, and I couldn't be prouder of our seniors today. They stepped up in so many ways. I can't say enough about what Coach Mary Mendeley and Coach Jessica Braswell continue to do to build this program, but the seniors are going above and beyond to keep the excellence going." The top-ranked Tiger team will take on number 8 South Carolina at the Auburn Equestrian Center on Saturday, February 20th at 11 a.m.
Auburn women's tennis team closed out the non-conference matches of their season with a 7-0 sweep of North Florida Saturday at the Yarborough Tennis Center. Auburn, who is 5-1 on the season, finished off its 3rd home shutout and heads into SEC play on a 2-match win streak. Auburn head coach Caroline Lindley said, "We did a good job setting a tone in doubles. As a doubles pairing, your partner should be better because she has the opportunity to play with you." The Tigers took a 1-0 lead after doubles with wins at the 2nd and 3rd positions. Georgie Axton and Adeline Flatch earned their 4th win of the spring with a 6-2 win at the 2nd doubles spot. In singles, Axton improved 5-1 on the spring with a quick win over UNF's Constanza Gorges at the number 4 spot. Madeline Meredith and freshman Anastasia Astakatova played exhibition sets as well. Meredith won her first set 6-2 and was leading 1-0 in the second when the team match ended. Astakova won her only set 6-4. The Tigers open up Southeastern Conference play next weekend with a pair of home matches. Auburn hosts number 18 South Carolina at 3 p.m. Central Friday, then take on number 22 Florida at noon Central Time Sunday.
The number 19 Auburn gymnastics team finished with a season-best record score Friday night, earning a 196.1 in a loss to Missouri. The home Tigers finished with a 196.175 in the Hearn Center to take the win. Highlighting the event was performance from freshman Gabby McLaughlin. She picked up her 2nd straight beam title with a career-high 9.95. Head coach Jeff Graba said, "Gabby has been really consistent and is capable of this every night. She's a rock star on beam, and it shows week in and week out." Sophomore Cassie Stevens competed in the all-around for Auburn and finished 2nd overall with a 38.975. Auburn started off the night strong on bars with a 48.95, seeing solid scores from the squad. Sophomore Anna Sumner opened up with a 9.8, tying her career high, and ending with junior Darian Goborn anchoring with a 9.85. On vault, senior Drew Watson led the team with a season-best 9.875 to win the event title. Goborn anchored with a 9.825 for the team. On the floor, Goborn led the team to a 49.05 in rotation 3, capping the night with a 9.925 for the squad. Freshman Olivia Hollingsworth set a career high with a 9.8, and Stevens followed with another 9.8. Auburn capped the night on beam and finished with a 49.125. McLaughlin continued to shine on the event, setting a career best with a 9.95 to win a share of the title. Senior Meredith Sylvia went about her consistent beam ways and finished with a 9.85, while classmate Watson put together a 9.825. Stevens and fellow sophomore Aria Brush earned a pair of 9.75s. The 0-5 Tigers will look to gain their first win Friday night against Georgia. They will face off at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Auburn track and field had a successful weekend at the South Carolina Open. The weekend included 7 event wins, 23 personal bests, and 1 school record. Junior Maddie Malone had another record-breaking weekend, surpassing her weight throw best she set earlier this season. Malone's winning toss was one of 2 over 22 meters, as well as one of 4 over 21.5 meters. Her 5th and 6th final throw beat her previous best by over a foot, earning Malone gold and cementing her mark at number 2 in the country. Auburn once again swept the competition with the top 3 places for the men's 60 meters dash. Dante Brown's PR sprint of 6.66 was fast enough to get him gold and tie him at number 13 nationally. Christopher Grant finished close behind with 6.72, and Jason Reese's 6.79 set a new indoor personal best. Head coach Ralph Spry said, "I'm really pleased with the team as a whole and how we completed this weekend. As a team, we fought hard and competed. We had a lot of event wins, school records, and several national marks. That's always a good thing headed into SECs." Auburn will have a bye week before traveling to Fayetteville, Arkansas, February 25th through the 27th for the SEC Indoor Championships.
UCF is getting 2 Auburn coaches for the fall. Former Auburn head coach Gus Malzahn and former co-defensive coordinator Travis Williams are heading to Florida to join the Knights. Gus Malzahn has been hired as the UCF head coach, which was announced Monday by the school. Travis Williams has been hired as their defensive coordinator, which was finalized Wednesday morning. In his time at Auburn, Malzahn recorded a record of 53-27, a pair of SEC West Division titles, 1 SEC championship, and an appearance in the 2013 BCS National Championship. Malzahn inherits a team that is 31-9 dating back to the 2017-18 season and will be the 3rd head coach of the program in 4 years, succeeding Josh Heupel. Williams worked for Gus Malzahn from 2014 to 2020 at Auburn, the last 2 seasons as co-DC and linebackers coach. He then joined Miami's staff as linebackers coach and is now joining his former boss at UCF. Williams' contract runs through 2023 and states he will earn $600,000 annually.
Baseball is quickly approaching, and the Tigers are excited to debut their new facilities. Over the offseason, the baseball team built a new facility built behind the right field wall of Plainsman Park. The 10,000 square foot facility was built during the fall and was finished in early January. Eagle Eye's Andy Hewling has more on the story.
Auburn baseball's opening day is quickly approaching, and fans may notice a new change behind the right field fence. This is the new Player Development Center, which the Tigers built over the offseason. This facility has 4 new batting cages and tons of new technology that Coach Thompson hopes will be an advantage over their opponents.
You know, we had 2 cages, now we have 4 cages. And the thing's so beautiful, and really we can do any type of configuration, you know. So now we have 4 bays potential maximum for guys to hit in. We can make it 3 cages, 2 cages, 1 cages. You can have, you know, bunting areas. We got the latest technology to video from above and beyond, and all these different angles. We got spin rates off the bat, or how hard they hit it, even projecting how far the ball goes. So the new iSpin machine's been great, because now, if we're going to face you on Friday night, then we get all your spin rates from the data, and we can actually put your arsenal, and we can have the ball not only at your velocity, but spinning at the rate that you produce on average.
Auburn baseball will open this season on Friday at 4 p.m. against Presbyterian in the first of a 3-game series over the weekend. Reporting for Eagle Eye TV, I'm Andy Hewling.
When we come back, we'll take a look at all the sporting events that are scheduled for this weekend. Keep it right here. You're watching Sports Night in Auburn.
The action starts Friday afternoon as baseball starts their season with Game 1 against Presbyterian. That matchup will be in Plainsman Park, and first pitch is set for 4 p.m. Over at the Auburn Soccer Complex, the Tigers will begin their spring season versus Kennesaw State. That matchup will begin at 5 p.m. Also at 5 p.m., softball will travel on the road to take on Jacksonville in the Osprey Dolphin Invitational. Over in Auburn Arena, Auburn Gymnastics will take on Georgia at 7 p.m.
On Saturday, softball starts the day with the game against South Carolina at 12. They will play their third and final game of the Invitational against North Florida at 5. Baseball will be back in action for Game 2 against Presbyterian at 2 p.m. Men's basketball will travel to Baton Rouge to play LSU at 3 p.m. Sunday is a lighter day as baseball wraps up their 3-game series against Presbyterian. First pitch is at 1 p.m.
That's all for Sports Night in Auburn. But for more Auburn sports, head to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, where we'll have everything you need to know to stay up to date on Auburn sports. I'm Brendan McLaughlin.
And I'm Mackenzie Collins. For even more sports, follow our Twitter at EETV_sports and follow our Instagram at EagleEyeTV. Good night and War Eagle.